Let's get right into it. I'm going to be talking about some of the commercials I made and the audition process for those commercials as well. Here's a few bullet points that I'm not going to get into. They're prerequisites though. You want to have headshots, have a resume, you want to have an agent. Commercials can be union or non-union. Pay scales anywhere from $100 to hundreds of thousands of dollars in residuals. But we're not going to get into all those things. We're going to be talking about the process of the commercials themselves. For me, it's easier to learn by listening to actual experience. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just the instructions. You're going to get the instructions, but listen to people's experiences, because that kind of fills in all of those unanswered questions that you get when you just hear the instructions. So let's go. Okay, so I'm going to run the commercial and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so this one is Bay News 9.
Hey, man, you look really busy. I got a rock collection. Keep it out in the yard. That's the best place for it, you know. Smooth rocks, small rocks, big rocks, sharp rocks. I got a boulder by the mailbox. It's black and gray. It's got some red on it. I put some letters just in case, like, an emergency vehicle.
Chit-chat wasting your time? Turn to Bay News 9 words.
Boss is coming. Get back to work.
Okay, so this one is Bay News 9, the office cubicle scenario. The audition was pretty straightforward, just regular. Now these were back in the day, so you had to go into the casting office. So you came in, so you got your script, you came in at a appointed time, and you did the audition. And we ran lines. All of the lines were written except for the part where I'm just rattling off things. That was all improvised. And I did like a few different versions of that. I did a couple of different versions at the audition and as well as the taping. So we did that at the Bay News 9 offices. So that's like, that was kind of like a, those were basically acting auditions where you're actually acting out like a character, like a sitcom, basically, like a scene from a sitcom. That's what that was.
Defense has called a 60-second timeout.
Coach, we need you out here.
Yeah, I'll be right out.
Coach?
CBS Sportsline is the source for the best stats, news, and scores on the internet. But there's more.
CBSSportsline.com. This was a very early commercial of mine. It's very old. Matter of fact, we shot this on film. For that audition, another one that was casting office. These were back in the day. You had to go in person and do these. That's one of those ones where I did something different at the audition. You have to do something different. Instead of just like running up to the camera and act like I'm banging on the door, because that was the line in there. The character runs up to bang on the door. He's a football player trying to get the coach. Well, I ran up to the actual door in the room. I asked the casting director if they could follow me with the camera. She said, yeah. So I said, follow me here. Bam, which is exactly how it was shot. So that was pretty cool. I anticipated what was going to be shot, which you have to do. You have to see what the director's going to see. That's what they're sending you. They're sending you to the scene. They're sending you the close-up.
This guy is never on time. Come on, man, it's almost midnight. We're late. Always late. It's New Year's Eve. Watch out for my dog! Uh-oh.
If your electricity goes out on January 1st, don't assume it's due to Y2K. Don't go Y2 crazy. Florida's utilities are ready for the year 2000.
At least you missed the dog.
Okay, this one is another acting audition. You're basically acting out a scene. This was Y2K. This was done in 1999 for the turn of the century, for 2000, in regards to the electric companies and people freaking out if everything was going to shut down when the clock turned 2000. It's a very, and we did that in 2 languages, English version and Spanish. That was for the entire state of Florida. And what's interesting about this one is when I auditioned, I only auditioned for the English-speaking role. They didn't realize I was also Puerto Rican and that I could speak and read Spanish. When we got to set, the other guy, even though he's full-blood Hispanic, he looks Spanish, he couldn't read Spanish. They had the script, I could read Spanish, I got the lines.
Mira quién llega. Vamos, es casi la medianoche. Está bien, vamos, yo estoy aquí. Cuidado con mi perro!
So, if you're bilingual, if you know more than one language, make sure that you point that out. If there's opportunities, sometimes you'll have more than one commercial opportunity. You didn't even realize it, especially now. So, that was really cool.
This is a call to all my fellow Americans to stand up, fired up, and will not let up. To put your foot down and always have their neighbor six. At Pure Talk, we're a wireless company that champions
Pure Talk. This commercial here is a non-speaking role. You're just acting. You're just being the character. And I think this is still running right now, 2025. It's still running. I'm still getting people hitting me up, say, hey, I just saw your spot. Well, this was just me being a character, just being the mechanic. And what's funny is for the audition, now you know these are non-speaking roles. When you audition, it's going to be the whole voiceover commercial type of role. But for the audition, I didn't audition as a mechanic. I actually auditioned as a ditch digger, someone digging a ditch. So I guess I looked more like I could work on a car than I could dig a good ditch. But either way, they see you right for one role, even though you audition for another. So go in working on that role, but realize, hey, look, you might not fit the role that they were initially asking you to audition for, but as it turns out, you're perfect for the mechanic. You look like a guy that could work on a car, which, by the way, I can work on a car okay, but my dad was actually a mechanic for 30 years. So I got it. I could pull it off. I did a good job.
7 months out of the year, these neighbors get along great. But come football season, their true colors come out. One bleeds orange and blue, the other garnet and gold. Here's your chance to win a tailgate party for 50 with Tampa Bay's 10 and Checkers. Inside this bus is a rockin' party that will really make the neighbors jealous. Go to Checkers to nominate your favorite football fan. Friendly competition, Florida style. Enjoy it. We do.
This spot is a Checkers and Channel 10 promotional spot. There was some kind of contest or competition. Never mind my hair. I don't want to hear about it. But you go through stages. But this was another non-speaking role. Your characters are two neighbors and they're opposing teams. You know, they have a good rivalry growing for their college favorites. And so that was just one of those things where they just have you doing things. You're doing activities on camera for the audition. So there's no lines. But when we did the audition, when we did the commercials, there was a representative from for the client there. And so we got to keep the hats and the shirt. They didn't want them back anyways. We already wore them. And we got some free coupons for Checkers burgers, which was great. So you never know. You get a little bit from, sometimes the clients will throw you a little something, a little gift. So that's nice. But that's straightforward. You're just doing activities. And all of those were in-person auditions. The only one that wasn't was the Pure Talk. That was a self-tape. And I was just taping myself acting like I was digging a ditch, that kind of thing.
I gotta find a hearing aid. I have a lot of questions.
Are they high quality?
They have to be small and discreet. Are they actually affordable?
Are they easy to use?
Do I need to see a doctor first?
At audionhearing.com, you can easily order.
Okay, this one, for the hearing aids, this was a straightforward speaking into the camera. And you're just asking questions. You've seen these before. You're just looking at the camera. You're talking to them like they're the doctor or whoever they are. So that's what we did. For the auditions, that was a self-tape. They sent us a list of questions or comments to make about the product, or questions that we had about the product. You know, we're supposed to be showing doubt. So they were convincing us that, hey, this is a good product. So that's what that was, just straightforward. And that was that was like a half a day shoot. Come in, we all took turns on the couch there. As you saw, we rotated, put them together. There's a couple versions of that commercial. There's a 30-second, a 45-second, and I think a 15-second maybe. Those are real easy days on set. Real simple. You bring your own wardrobe, you know, a couple different outfits. Sometimes you don't have any lines and you dress up pretty funny. Check this out. There's 3 of them, so hold tight.
Zero is going down. All the way down. Pay zero down on your choice of V-Cars, North Tampa's only Volkswagen dealer.
I keep my rhythm slow. I move my head, I move my hand to the tempo.
Zero is down for the count. Pay for hitting. Reeves Import Motor Cars, North Tampa's only Volkswagen dealer. Zero's getting down. Pay zero down on your choice of V-dubs for under $17,000 at Reeves. Now that's a smooth move. Reeves Import Motor Cars, North Tampa's only Volkswagen dealer.
So Zero Man was an ad for Reeves Import Autos, it's an auto import company. And this is back in the day, this is also an in-person audition. Back in the day at the early set-on of viral videos. So this was an ad company that was trying to create something viral for the internet, which was very early on at that time. Now, when I auditioned for this, the basic audition was basically they wanted you to come in there and dance, you know, and be silly and do like Napoleon Dynamite was kind of the reference at that time. So you know that movie? Did you see the dance? Can you do something similar to that vibe? So I came in, I did real goofy, you know, I've done that my whole life. So it's perfect. So I went in, did it, went home, I got the part. They initially were looking for a heavy set guy that could dance, because then it would be really funny, especially with the outfit, because you're wearing a big zero and your guts hanging out. But turns out I was pretty funny. So I did it. We actually shot 4 spots. It was all the same day. Shot 4 spots. Only 3 of them aired. The ones I just showed you, those are the ones that aired. The one that didn't air was the one they brought in an actress to play Zero Man's girlfriend, and she dumps Zero Man. So they were doing a whole thing like Zero Man is down. But they kind of already had that with the other one when he falls down. But she did such a bad job that they didn't air. They cut that spot. So they only had 3 spots. So and that's an example of when you see your contract, when it says when it says session fee or day fee, and then it says usage fee. Like the session fee, that's what you get paid for working that day. So you're going to get paid for the work you did. The usage fee, that's the big number. That's for them using it and put it on air. She didn't make it to air, so she got no usage fee. So just know that they can cut you out. That's when so just know you can get cut out of a commercial. And I actually did a live appearance as Zero Man at one of their dealerships, but it was not good. It was not good because nobody knew that I was supposed to be a zero. They thought I was something else. Little kids, I was handing out little stress balls to kids. You know, hey, here's a little stress ball, you know, little gift. Little gift from Zero Man. Well, the kid thought I was a roll of toilet paper and threw the ball back at me into my big zero hole. You gotta humble yourself in this business. We can't all be zeros. Well, hey, that's it. If you guys got any questions or comments, write them down below. If you'd like to see a different kind of video, or if you want me to expand on any of the other commercials I've done, let me know. This has been Lingo Domingo, and I'm your host, Tony God. I'm out.